Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Scarred Thumb Podcast. It's David, and I'll be the host today. The host as always, actually. There's no one else. No one else can do this but me. Come on. Let's be real. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Deborah. Good to see you guys. Blue Revolver, nice. Absolutely incredibly good. Shoot 'em up. If you're in just shmups, Blue Revolver, one of the best. Especially if you want something that's new, newly made, small developer. Just amazing like a shmup, obviously like something like Cave and some other developers that they could do really good stuff with, a considerable budget and people. But Blue Revolver, it's like really just one guy, essentially. Well, the art's done by another person, so programming's like basically one guy, and some other like sound people, music people added on. So just a small team that just really, it's amazing what you can do with that sort of in that sort of genre. That's fairly limited scope, but very good, very fun challenge. Today, we're talking about proper sequels. And it looks like we're getting two very proper sequels that are coming out because, let's just start out with what's on the screen here. Silksong is getting a release date. It's been stated, and honestly, it's real quick. Coming at you real quick in just less than 2 weeks. Silksong will be in the wild. And it's pretty amazing to see. So, here's the chart. Hollow Knight. Obviously, amazing game. The reason why this Silksong has been so anticipated just because Hollow Knight was so good. An awesome Metroidvania, and it's reached its all-time peak. Concurrent players counting on Steam at 20K players. I mean, Hollow Knight's just always been a beloved game, but it's pretty amazing that 20K is its actual peak, considering how much it's sold. But when you think about it, it's been around for 6, 7, 8 years now. So it was like more of a niche classic that just continues to sell. I'm sure the Steam sales, it's always sells really well when it goes on sale. One of those games you have to pick up, and then when you actually go and play it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is really good. But the hype for Hollow Knight and Silksong is reaching its peak here with, just under 2 weeks to go before Silksong is released. People are getting back. Honestly, it's not a bad idea to sort of get in and play the game, sort of refresh if you haven't played it in let me turn this down a little bit. If you haven't played it in a few weeks or, a few years, it might be a good idea to sort of familiarize yourself with the world and see what's going on. Maybe I'll have to, I don't know if I could do that. It's just, there's just too much going on right now for me to play through Hollow Knight again, even though it probably is a 20-hour game if you don't do like all the extra stuff. But let's go into this trailer. I mean, I love just immediately how well the visuals pop on this. It's just amazing. And it has like such a unique sort of world. You can tell everything's been sort of crafted here. It's like the sort of bigness of the reeds. Things seem like so small in these caves. I think that's one of the reasons that it just contributes to its sort of mystique. The sort of general world around it is like your character seems like such a tiny creature in this like vast world. Peak of Haunted Kingdom. Do a great job at sort of blending in, like, I don't know if all of this stuff, any of the lighting is 3D, but the way they blend the sort of light on the 2D sprites is really good. Really good. They just nail, Metroidvania is like, nailing the atmosphere is a very important part of it, since so much of the Metroidvania formula is about exploring this sort of like world that you're in. And yeah, it has to, you have to like want to explore that world. It has to be interesting and has to be intriguing in order to make, you know, the exploration rewarding. And they just do it so well. It's like a real like fantasy land here. And when you look at this Silksong, clearly different from Hollow Knight. Looks like it's going to be a lot of aerial acrobatics. Of course, you're playing as Hornet, who's in a different character, so it makes sense that they go for like maybe more of a vertical movement, where, you know, sections like this where you can really do a lot of jumping and bouncing off of other enemies. I don't think it could wall stick in the other games, but a vast handcrafted world. Yeah, you can see there's just a lot of jumping and comboing off enemies, which looks very satisfying. So apparently over 200 unique enemies, which is pretty impressive for any game, really, and over 40 legendary bosses. That's pretty amazing. 40. So this looks like it has a lot of content in it. Hopefully, quite a bit of optional content too, if you want, you know, for people that want a sort of harder fight. And some of the fights were definitely difficult. I really like that hover move she has. Like, she has so much aerial movement, but this like hover where her dress just poofs out, kind of like a Peach, Princess Peach style float move. Riding on this thing. Looks so good. And there's the big reveal. September 4th. Coming very soon. It's so weird. Team Cherry has been so secretive about the date. Like, you're kind of like, it's kind of coming. It's coming at some point. You don't know. We can't guarantee it's a holiday season. Then it's like, wait, September 4th. Here we go. Well before the holidays. Looks awesome. I mean, there's just so many like cool visuals in this game. I mean, like, visuals aren't like the core gameplay for, you know, any game really, but I think it just it's really just the cherry on top, the thing that just ties everything together. You have like really good gameplay and then visuals that match it perfectly. It brings everything together into a masterpiece. So this looks really good. Really good. It's got the sound design. You can hear like the clanking on the railway as it goes across, like the pins hitting it. You have these crows flying in a rain. Just the atmosphere is so on point. I cannot wait to play it. Looks really good. Apparently, this was a funny article. Hollow Knight Silksong's Gamescom demo was probably the same demo that was played in 2019. Fans lined up for literally hours to play a version of the game that's 6 years old, and it still left them impressed. That's according to Jason Schreider. That's pretty funny that people were like lining up for hours to play the 2019 demo. It's crazy. This is just a fun fact. Hollow Knight sold over 15 million copies, according to Team Cherry. Insane number. That makes it one of the most successful indie games ever. As a reminder, the original Hollow Knight was just made by 3 people. Just 3 people. It's amazing the kind of like masterpieces you can make with these small teams. That, I mean, hopefully like all the 3 people in this that made this game are now very rich. I hope, but especially with Silksong coming out right now. Having stock in that company should be pretty good. Just amazing what you can do with such small people. The industry is just so bloated at the moment. It's just another example of what you can make with a small team. But speaking of teams that aren't small, here's Sakurai here. Air Riders is also getting its sequel finally, and it's looking really good. It was a sort of a sleeper game on the Nintendo system, the Nintendo Game Boy. It's really good. Let's just go into this a little bit. This is like 47 minutes. So I'm not going over the entire 47 minutes.
さまざまな形状や特徴を持つ乗り物、これがエアライドマシン、略してマシン。上に乗る人は通称ライダー。
I think I has to point out, they're not drivers, they're riders. It's very important. I like the little graphic there.
マシンは通常ホバーのように床から少し浮き上がっています。そして自動的に前進しています。
Move forward automatically.
必要はありません。
There's no need to push. This is just what's really interesting about Air Riders here. It may just seem like a simple tutorial, but what makes it so unique, and I think it stands out versus a game like Mario Kart, some other racing games, you don't have to press A right now. You're just using a controller. The amount of input you put into the game is fairly minimal, but you don't need to move the thing forward. So just left and right when you're at top speed. Though there are other karts that you do. You only use one button in the entire game. So as you charge it, you decrease your speed, but you charge up the meter. It kind of shows you like how that makes and this is sort of like the core sort of skill here in Kirby Air Riders is knowing how to use the brake to make these sharp turns and then accelerate, boost out of them. It's very satisfying when you get that right. And then every star has like a unique way it sort of drifts and controls. Also, just the visuals in this game also look amazing. It's really going to be disappointing if if something like ZA or whatever the new Pokemon Legends game doesn't look anywhere near as good as this.
これが基本。念押ししますが、まっすぐ走っているときはボタンもスティック前入力も不要です。基本は左右とカーブで。
You just need to stick left and right, and this is what makes Kirby so unique. And really, it's a great break. I think just too many games they want to add in so many mechanics, and the fact that you can still make a really fun, interesting game using one button, which is what Air Ride did, is amazing. Of course, they have like some gliding, which you actually use the up and down while you're doing that.
Stick なので普段走ってるとき前に入力し続けないでください。ジャンプ台でいきなり落ちてしまうので着地は華麗に地面に平行に合わせてください。
It's just sort of explaining a little bit about
着地でスピードアップできます。
the extra burst speed. The only thing I wanted to point out is next.
そして前作はプッシュを司るワンボタンのみで遊べた。
So Sakurai ruins the game here by adding a second. But I love the way he says it. Single button for everything. But this time we have added a second button, unfortunately. And I love the idea that the way he states it, like it's not a good thing that we had to add a second button. Like we were forced to. This is to expand the game's depth. Sure thing, Sakurai. I mean, a second button isn't the end of the world, but I think I love the fact that a major Nintendo game is actually, making something this simple. And Sakurai
チャージゲージ
does
の
really
近く
seem
に
like a
スペ
pretty
シャルゲージがあります。
pretty great developer.
これが溜まった時にボタンを押すと
Because I mean, this is unimaginable in today's market that you actually
各
have
ライダーごとに個性があ
a
って
two-button
よ
game.
り早く進めるものもあれば攻撃に特化したものもあります。
So I mean, just have like different specials, which is kind of cool, but I don't know how it's gonna affect gameplay. I just wasn't like, to me, the fun thing about Kirby Air Ride isn't necessarily like the races itself. It's the city trial, which is just like just a really fun thing to play with a lot of other people. He kind of goes into it
さっさと空車を見つけて
where
乗
you
り
can
換え
like
ていきましょう。
pick up different you find different power-ups and ride machines. You sort of collect them, whichever one you like, and then you sort of like you can attack other people and steal their power-ups. And this is all supposed to kind of lead into the final race, where all these power-ups are really going to pay off as you win the race.
翻弄されたり
And then there's different events show up. It's just a lot of fun to play with other people. And I think that, to me, that was the fun of Kirby Air Ride, playing with 4 people, or 3 other people, and just having fun and city trial, attacking each other, and then racing. It's a really good time.
その中で特に
It's a really good time, a really good game, and I mean, just looking at the game, it looks amazing visually. Yeah, it seems like Sakurai really cares about making this game sort of true to the original game. They're really, you could tell they really like Kirby and this franchise. So this is like a labor of love a thing for them. They want to make it good and enjoy, and people enjoying it. And they have different events. It looks like a really fun game. So I'm really looking forward to playing it. But there's another game that's also getting a sequel. It's funny the parallels between Silksong and Metroid Prime 4, as they've both been, I don't know if it's been 6 years for Prime 4, it might be more, but finally these games that have sort of been rumored to be around, I think they had to change studios at some point, Metroid Prime 4. But this is finally looks like it's coming out, but unlike Silksong, Metroid Prime 4 does not have a release date. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond has been rated by the ESRB. So this is kind of an interesting article by Jake Valentine. They talked about Air Riders, but despite getting a rating in South Korea, there's no official release date for the game other than 2025. It is, however, playable at Gamescom show floor, so Nintendo is confident in showing the games to fans. We never get one piece of news, a quiet one. It's been rated teen by the ESRB. And he is saying that normally this indicates that the game is getting ready to release. But Nintendo hasn't said a peep about the release date, and their press site hasn't updated the game's information since April's Nintendo Direct. And I was kind of saying this before, that I think the game is done. And basically they're just sort of like waiting. They're waiting to sort of fit this in where they need to. And I think they have some sort of plan. Did they mention when Air Riders is getting released? Let's see. I don't know when Air Riders is coming out. Okay. Okay. So this is going to be October 20th. Or not October, November 20th. Is when it's released. So this is releasing November. You have ZA coming out, I think it's September. Let's see, let me see. Look at this. Mega Victory Bell's been released. They're showing off new Mega Pokemon as, sort of like hyping it up. Do they mention when it's being released? October 16th. So you got Kirby's Air Ride coming out in November. You've got this coming out in October. I think there was another release for September. I can't remember, but I'd almost feel like late September would be a good time to release it, but maybe I'm crazy. Oh, that or they put it in December. I don't know. But it feels like it's ready to go, but it has not been given a release date yet, which is kind of weird. I can't imagine that they're going to, at this point, delay it. But right now, like, as Nintendo just has a crazy release schedule for this stuff. But I think that's really good. I think it's really good that they're basically loading up. They really loaded up on the releases for the Switch 2, and I think in a way they've been sort of saving this stuff from the Switch, moving it over, and like, hey, Switch 2 comes out, you know, if you bought it earlier, you're planning to buy it this holiday season, we're going to have a lot of games for you to play. You've already got Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Bonanza's really fun. I don't think, was there a release in August? I don't know. But you have Kirby's coming out in November. You've got Metroid Prime coming out sometime soon. Pokemon's being released in October. That's going to be a big release for them. A lot of stuff. You just have a lot of stuff going on with Nintendo. So a lot, and you know, the first party is their lifeblood. That's why people buy the system. You look, last week I showed you some of these sort of like top 100 games, I think on the Switch and Switch 2, or, you know, sales on the eShop. And basically like half of the games on that list are Nintendo first party games. That's why people buy this stuff, the system. It's a Nintendo system. When you buy a Nintendo system, you're playing Nintendo games. It's just how it is. The Metroid Prime, no plans yet, but we'll see. I think they're definitely. I would almost think September would be a time to release it, but it feels weird that they wouldn't give more of a lead in before releasing it, which kind of makes me think like, what's going on? What is going on with the game? Fine, let's move on. I kind of like mentioned this in passing, but they've released a new Mega Victory Bell is now a Mega form. It's sort of like it's like an upside down. It's sort of like did it in like a horror film type of adaptation. Where sort of Mega Victory Bell pops out and spits out a bunch of
Wait for me! Oh no! Hurry! Here, this way! Get out of here! Victory Bell, calm down!
You really made a mess of things.
If only the game looked that good in game. Oh, he's got a smile on his face, like an upside down smile. Some people don't like Victory Bell's new Mega Evolution. It's got mixed reviews because I mean this does look kind of goofy, kind of goofier. I mean, you have this smile on his face, weird upside down smile as it's filled with this weird juice, which is kind of based on plants, you know, on like a real life plant. The Victory Bell, the other form, looks a bit fiercer, kind of a little bit scarier than the Mega form. And I think that's why it throws people off. Same thing with like Mega Dragonite. They were thinking like, oh, Dragonite's going to evolve. Mega form is going to be like super cool and edgy, like, you know, Charizard. It's Mega Evolutions, but they went a different direction here. I like it that they're making stuff that isn't necessarily all like, whoa, we're going super edgy. It's not Digimon, you know, it's Pokemon. So you have this giant, kind of like puffed up. It's almost like a water balloon type of thing.
Get out of here!
Calm down! You really made a mess of things.
He's happy about this. He's happy about it. Let's move on. So not all good news for the Switch is a lot of third-party. We're talking about first-party, but third-party games are not doing so well. As Borderlands 4 reportedly having a horrendous time on the Switch 2, barely running at 30 FPS with 4 enemies on screen in docked mode. Yikes. It's a second high-profile port with Elden Ring struggling to run on the platform. Elden Ring also having some issues. Though, I mean, to be fair, it has issues on a lot of... Elden Ring has issues on a lot of systems. Unless you're playing it on the PC, which is probably the proper way to play it. Yeah, you're going to struggle a bit as these consoles have a hard time keeping up. But it's not a great sign for Nintendo Switch that even like newer releases right now are struggling to be played on the Switch. It kind of means like I was hoping that at least there's like maybe a 2-year grace period where like games run all right on the Switch too, and like it slowly gets phased out. But it doesn't seem like it's happening. It's going to happen quicker than not. I also think it's just nowadays programmers are just terrible at optimizing for these games. I mean, you can see how bad Monster Hunter Wilds plays on actual PCs. Just isn't doing. It's hard nowadays. As I guess that's one of the things that kind of goes first when you have these crazy large budgets, is that the optimization cycles, really buttoning down all the performance issues is probably the first thing that sort of gets cut out as you crunch to get things released in time. So if you're playing Switch, I mean, I probably don't have to tell anyone here, but the Switch 2 probably isn't the best platform to get if you want, third-party games. It's probably better to get a PC or maybe like wait for like a PS6 if you want something that has, robust third-party support, and can actually play games at a decent setting. Yeah, Switch 2 probably not the platform to do it in. Let's move on. This is interesting. Not necessarily video games, but video game related. The PokePark Kanto poster at the Pokemon Center. So this is coming out in I don't know what city it's being released in Japan, but they are coming out with this new PokePark. It's kind of a theme lately, seems to be coming out, where you had the Pokemon World. Has the PS6 been confirmed? I don't know yet, but I'm sure it's going to come out. It's just a matter of time. Probably sometime next year, I would guess. But spring 2026. And this continues with a trend of new parks coming. You had Nintendo Land released in Japan. Nintendo Land's just released, over here in Orlando. These video game themed parks. You have just more video game themed movies and IPs. Really, it seems like video games are driving so much of the culture, even more than, sort of original IPs in movies and stuff. Before you had like comic books, you had books, you had these animated films. A lot of the animated films like Disney and stuff were, based off old stories. But nowadays, it seems like video games is just becoming such a driver of culture beyond just the video game sphere. It's pretty amazing to see. And I think this is going to even expand going forward, where you see a lot of these sort of outside influences, things outside the realm of video games sort of influencing it. It looks really cool. Really cool poster, and probably an interesting park. This is... I gotta throw a little stuff in. Dark Souls memes. Gotta have a trans flag in it, or Reddit's new religion. You got to occasionally show faith to it. This mod who has some sort of flag heart next to it. Olivia Raven, boy, oh boy. Locking comments on this one. If a flag upsets you, you might want to grow up and get over. It's always so funny when they say stuff like this, because if you said American flag or anything else, they would freak out and say it's hate speech. I could think of a few flags that they wouldn't be okay with, or would get you banned. The image is one as a PNG, so it needed a background. That's why I added one. Wasn't the plan to add a background, but the image needed one. Sure thing. These people, and I really feel like it's turning on people. People are sick of this. They know what's going on. This is, again, a new religion that you have to remain faithful to. And I think more and more the younger generation and people are just like, screw this. You know, if this is how you want to be, we're out. Of course, this is kind of what it's meant to do, is filter people out, filter normal people away, and create this really insular, really creepy community. And speaking of drive people away, 1 year ago, the 1 year anniversary of Concord's release, one of the biggest failures. Well, it's already been a year. Isn't that crazy? It's already been a year since Concord came out. The game went offline 2 weeks later on September 3rd. Wow. So, just amazing. I don't know if any lesson has been learned since then, but hard to say. But yeah, good old Concord. One of the biggest failures of all time. Speaking of, and this is somewhat related because some of this stuff looks like a modern Disney character design idea. Disney. This is unrelated to video games, but pretty prescient, I think. Disney is pressing creatives in Hollywood to pitch ideas for original movies targeted towards Gen Z young men. This source is from Variety, but Disney finally. Of course, you can see down, and you probably can't see in the corner. That's probably better, as they've people on Twitter push their own ideas using sort of AI generated images that aren't appropriate for YouTube. Let's say that. But it looks like even Disney's like, you know what? And hopefully this is a sign. Maybe it's a good sign that Western creators are going to like wake up like, wait a second, we need to actually like, maybe it's okay to make stuff for men again. Maybe we should actually do this and make stuff, because Disney has not made a single thing for men lately, especially in terms of the animated movie department. All the male IPs, and even like people in the comments have mentioned, they have Star Wars, they have Marvel, Indiana Jones. Every single one of them. You look at the new stuff that came out. Star Wars stars a woman. The new Indiana Jones, I guess, co-stars a woman. I think they wanted to make the woman the new Indiana Jones. And then, of course, Marvel movies. They're pretty... I mean, the new stuff just seems crap as well, to be honest. It's... I'm trying to think what the last Marvel movie I saw. I thought I saw one in the theaters not that long ago, but I can't even think of which one it was. But I mean, even that new phase seems to be going away from like the old style, like Iron Man, that really kicked things off. It's really getting hard. I mean, the animated department has been like one of the worst. And you look at even some of the old movies that just, the old animated stuff, even, you could even argue like stuff like The Little Mermaid or Aladdin or stuff like, that's kind of more, I don't know if Aladdin, would you even say Aladdin's aimed towards girls? It almost seems like maybe more boys, but I think girls really liked it too. But just, I guess that's just like a classic fairy tale. Thunderbolts, I didn't even watch that one, but I guess that is. I mean, I watched, what is it, Deadpool and Wolverine. I guess that's more of a aim towards men, but even I thought it was like, I guess it can be enjoyed by everybody. Nothing seems to have that same essence to it. Like you can this is made for guys. It's something to be enjoyed. Like, I mean, you look at sort of like 80s action films or like 90s, anything from that era, you can tell like this was made almost with men in mind, or at least at the same time, it wasn't ashamed of appealing towards men. It was just, a fun time for people to enjoy it. That's just sort of been erased by this general, like, everything just, the edge has been taken off of everything. It just feels like some sort of, like focus group tested, making sure, like, yeah, people mentioned Treasure Planet. And it was a cool film. I haven't watched it in a long time, but Treasure Island is such a classic tale for young men. It's great, and anything sort of based on it is going to be really, really fun. It just, how can you not like it? Young boy. And again, that's one of the issues is the protagonist. I mean, you saw that Elio that came out that just completely bombed. It used to have like these young male protagonists that were like hopeful and like they're just charm, and like in a lot of ways people also treated them as like sort of like a hopeful the future. I mean, you have like Long John Silver, which is like a bad dude, but he even says like in the book, like, I can't, killing you would, it'd like be killing my younger self. You have that sort of he just sort of realizes the sort of like the joy and hope that comes from being a young man, and that's just sort of been lost in characters nowadays. They don't have that anymore, or at the very least, it's been toned down to make room for a female lead or a female co-star. The Jungle Book, yeah, that's a really good one for young men. There was a lot of cool, like Fox and the Hound, I think was more again, like for like young men. There's a lot of them that could at least be appealed to, or enjoyed by young men, and they have actual like good characters. It's like as like Jungle Book is like male friendship kind of thing, and like the boy and the bear, and like of course he sees a cute girl, and all of a sudden he doesn't want to play with his friend anymore. It's kind of I don't know what to make out of that tale, but yeah, maybe this is a good sign. Maybe this is a pretty good sign of things to come. But again, will remain to be seen. I don't know if they're actually going to do anything with it. It could just be if it's going to be real, or it's going to be pandering to sort of like pandering to people, or hey, let's get a male IP and just annihilate it because we have to have women and diversity in all our things. That's the real goal, is not to make a good film, but make a film that makes society the way we want to. Will they be able to sort of put away propaganda and actually make art? That remains to be seen. But that's it for my stories, because I want a little bit more time to enjoy a classic video game and play it live. Here's our game of the week, and it's a good one. It's a very good one. One of the best RTSs of all time. My favorite RTS of all time. It's none other than Dawn of War, the Definitive Edition. And for some reason, I don't know why, the opening doesn't have sound at all, which is tragic because this opening is so good. Oh, there's the sound. Maybe too much sound. Let me turn this down a little bit. Now this is entertainment for men here. It's so awesome. It's so good. I love the Dreadnought. No, the Dreadnought. Can't let the standard. Can't let your standard be on the ground. This is capturing a control point in the game. A million drop pods flying in. Oh, just such a great opening cinematic. Oh, one of the best. Really one of the best. I already played the Dawn of War thing not too long ago. So let's play Winter Assault. I really want to see how they've done with the sort of graphics. Let's see. Normal, disorder. Oh, so you have order and you have disorder. I'll play disorder. I want to play orcs.
Lorne 5. Ice World on the edge of known space has been under Chaos control for what would seem an eternity. Whilst orcs wage incessant battles against the Chaos Lord Crow and his forces, all are unaware of the prize beneath their feet. Hidden in the heart of a ruined city, an Imperial Titan will drive the blood-crazed Chaos Lord toward his greatest conquest, while an orc war boss will join the battle and lead a planet-wide war.
It's always funny to hear other races say "wah." They never put the same enthusiasm into the wah as orcs do. Loading time's takes a little while. Taking a while to load. So the orcs of Lorne 5, many, they lack unity. So I need to unify the boys. Orcs were always my favorite race to play in 40K. Oh, this looks really good. So the quality here is.
We be fighting them Chaos boys for a long time now. The Imperial boys before them was easy, but these boys, they too tough for us. They smash us good lest we run. You talking scared? You a coward. Them only humies. I's got more brains than you. I says we run. And I says you shut the hell up. I the boss. Questions? Good. We need more boys for these here war before we take the Chaos boys down good. This here is the first of the 5 big orc clans. To take them, we
Such
need
a
to destroy
vibrant
the
culture
big war banner.
that these orcs
I'll
have.
teach them.
This is what D&D's lacking nowadays. They don't have real orc culture.
Let me at 'em. On my way to do some crushing. Greetings, orcs lead to the fight. Fighting and their banners. The banner means you're strong and ready to fight. So all these boys follow their banner. Destroy that, and they got no other banner to follow but mine. That way I get me the boys, and not have to kill every friction-loving knob around to do it. Orcs is the biggest and the strongest. I'm the big boss.
That's some real pathfinding here. Oh, I got a lot of archers. So I can just... One of the things about 40K is they have this reinforcement system that you don't have to focus so much on a macro and constantly making units. Look at that. You can really see the pathfinding on squads. I'm hoping once I destroy this, I won't have to destroy the settlement. Alright, so now
You hear me? On my way to do some crushing.
Alright, so we got our Gretchen
All
squads.
right. What's it?
Got our
What's
Gretchen
it?
squads.
Hello?
So I think we need to make a
Who's
boy
there?
set. Let's get the
Build
boys.
it right up for you. I'm not doing anything. Guns might be that way. Let's
It
go
now
the other
belongs
way.
to the Orcs! What do you want?
What now?
Listening post up here.
Building
That increases.
right up for you.
With Dawn of War, it's all about controlling these points right here. The requisition points. And then, of course, you can build power plants that will increase your power. It's just requisition and power are the only two resources.
What do you want? Orcs is the biggest and the strongest.
Probably can't get any other things. Build a
We're
wall.
gonna make it nice and strong.
Yours! Moving out! Orcs, 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 too big to be beat. Here we go, boss. Point, we go.
Good old attack move, always important.
Where's the fighting?
I forgot how big you can make some of these squads. 16's insane.
Orcs is the biggest and the strongest. What? If you say so. Orcs is the biggest and the strongest.
Attached to
Fire, Party, and Mork. Let me at 'em. I'll rip 'em apart.
Yes, you are going
These here boys are strange ones. They worship their trucks and the mech shop making them. Tail, you mangy gloves. It now belongs to the Orcs. That's what I was thinking. I lead, Orcs follow. I'll show 'em a trick or two. Orcs is meant for fighting and winning.
They've got too much.
Boys! It's time for fighting!
They got too much tech.
Yes, you are going
Squad's got their morale back!
Who's there?
Oh, is this a?
Send me to the fight!
Might need to try a different spot.
I'm the big boss!
No more kicking.
This is a critical.
Boys, the power of God!
I need to get some shooter boys. That's what I need to get.
I want to get stuck in with the boys! Here we go! If you say time so. To take down these burner boys! Find their big war banner with flamey things on his men and break into it so they follow me! We'll clobber them good! Up yours! Slag it! Yeah! I'm the big boss! Orcs is meant for fighting and winning! We can fight again another day!
I'm gonna need to get. We get some more boys.
Where's the fighting? Where's the fighting?
And now these guys are just meat shields so my war boss can destroy their banner.
Oh, hey, boss! Sod off!
There we go.
I got me another bird. Where's the fighting? I's too big to be beat. Green is best. Oh, hey, boss!
I can make some knobs, baby. Oh, shooter boys. Finally. Gotta have shooter
We're
boys.
back for another go!
What's it? What's
Gotta make
it?
some war bands.
Let's get back into it!
On our
Oh,
way.
hey,
Need to
boss!
increase my pop cap.
Job's a good one, boss!
Let's see. Alright. Oh. Gotta have this too. Or do I already have one of these? Pile of guns.
Oh, hey, boss!
Good old pile of guns.
What do you want?
Like
Wake
I said,
up, boys!
Orcs has a
It's
very
time
rich
for
culture.
fight. We better be going to what do you want?
That's good. Let me reinforce a little bit.
I want to get stuck in with the boys.
What I like to do is
moving out. I want to get stuck in with the boys.
burners to these.
Oh, hey,
you can
boss.
upgrade.
Orcs
Upgrade
is
the
the
weapons
biggest
here.
and the strongest. Let me at 'em.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that,
I'll show 'em a trick or two.
you know.
Sod off.
Knobs, get some knobs in here.
If you say so.
Now
Oh,
we're reaching some critical
it's
mass
time for
here.
fighting. If you
Sometimes
say
it's
so.
better to, rather than having like a
Orcs
one or
is
two
meant
big
for
squads,
fighting and
it's
winning.
good to have some smaller squads that they take up less population. They're a little bit more mobile. Like I need big shooters, baby. We need big
Up
shooters.
yours. You point.
not even a
we
question.
go.
Not even a question at this point. You need big shooters.
Wake up,
This is
boys.
more of a big
It's
shooters are
time
more
for
of a
fighting. Wake
light
up,
infantry
boys.
weapon, but
It's time
they
for
still do a
fighting.
lot of good damage.
Where's the fighting? Orcs, 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 orcs,
And a requisition. That's usually a good thing if you're running out of resources. You're actually using them.
Here we go.
All right.
I have the
Now
power of Gork and more.
Now it's time to attack.
What do you want? We better be going to a fight. Orcs is made for fighting.
Meanwhile, we're gonna build some mob. Not enough requisition.
We're going.
I want to get stuck in with the boys. Let's get them.
Focus on this.
This is gonna be a squig feast.
I want to get that banner. Destroy it. Boom. All right. That's
The
all.
base is mine now. Fight. You point. We go. Send me to the fight. I lead. Orcs follow.
Now we can get our.
Wardrake is the
Green
first to
is
the fight.
best.
Wardrake is the first to the fight.
Get war tracks. And we can get war trucks. How about more trucks? Oh, a killer can
Wardrake is
see.
the first to the fight. Let's go. Or we'll get
Orcs
there.
is the biggest and the strongest.
Gotta reinforce these guys. Back up. That's good. That's
What?
good.
I'm the big boss.
Some
Job's a
knobs.
good one, boss.
Wardrake, ready for shooting.
I want to get stuck in with the boys. On my way to do some crushing. Sod off. Nope, we don't got enough boys to take this space. Let's take down the other bases. I want to get stuck in with the when we're stronger. That's what I was thinking. Sod off.
I think we're strong enough right now, war boss, but
They call me Stumpy. Time to stomp. They call me Stumpy.
Wardrake is the first to the
call me
fight.
Stompy. Bloodbath. Additional supply heapers
We'll
required.
get there.
Population. Managing PopCap is always a endless struggle of any two-wall banner.
All right.
Where's my wall banner? Oh, I see.
We're going.
These boys worship the giant rock they built their base around. Now it's time they worship me. We take down that big war banner with a rocket on it, and they sure to follow me. They don't get any other choice. Oi! That's one big gate.
one
Okay,
big gate.
boys. We got all the camps so far, and this ain't no different. We march in and take the squiggers for us, boys. Sure, their gate is tough, but we kill their power, and the sparkly thing round the gate goes bye-bye. Them power generators are tough. Get me some rocket boys to blow them up fast.
All right, so I need rocket boys.
Another base belongs to me.
All right.
Ready for stomping? What? Here we go. I want to get stuck in with the boys.
Stuck in with the boys.
Oaks.
Very important to get stuck.
What
in.
do you want? If you say so.
All right.
If you say so.
I need rocket boys.
Point us at the tanks.
Very
We've
important
got
to
to
have
go.
rocket boys.
Where's the target? Whatever. If that's what you want, they won't see us coming. Hold on to the pin.
What now?
Throw the other part.
On our way.
It's funny, and no one in 40K accused these of being some sort of racial stereotype. That's it. I think, thankfully, they were saved by the fact that they just seem like soccer
I want to
hooligans,
get stuck in with the boys.
which are white.
Ogs, 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 ogs. We'll clobber the whole lot of them. Wake up, boys! It's time for fighting.
So I need to.
Wake up, boys! It's time for fighting.
How do I get to the? That
If
power
you
grid?
say so, they're shooting us. You point, we go. Here we go. We'll clobber the whole lot of them. Where's the target? We'll move real sneaky like. Ready for stomping?
I need way more rocket boys than I'm taking.
Send me to the fight. Yeah, wake up, boys! It's time to fight. Target.
It's weird that the scroll just. Oh shoot! The scroll is a little bit awkward. I don't know if that's just a setting in my system or not. Oh, this. Oh, actually, why did I? Oh, let me change this up. Let me change this here. For a full game.
Here we go.
It's just weird because the way it's. I probably need to change a setting where it disables the scroll.
Moving out.
Menu in this. There should be an option because, like, in the double, it just scrolls automatically to the other screen. So graphics, window off. Okay, vertical sync on. Resolution, model detail. That's weird. So where? What if I put window on? Is this going to crash my game? I guess we might as well try it. Gameplay options. Scroll rate is fine. Lock cursor to game is on. Which, why isn't it working? So there might be some issues with like if I want to scroll left, it just goes to my other screen. It doesn't. And that's kind of annoying me. So maybe the game has. Let me put it on windowed and see what happens. It still doesn't.
Use the boss. Whatever.
I know the original wasn't, but that's the point of the remake.
What you kids doing? Fight! They ain't dead till I says they did. Who that rumbling?
You got ate by the squig guy.
Now that was funny. Charge, boys! This fight is already mine. I can taste it! Looks like they got this squigget trainer all locked up. I bet he real grateful of our freedom. Bet he trained plenty of squiggets for me if I save him, then threaten to kill him. Orcs is the biggest and the strongest.
Now one scroll down, Lord, good Lord.
Yeah? Oh, we'll get there. Oh, hey, boss. We'll get there. Chew him up and spit him out.
Got some issues getting through.
Here we go. Wake up, boys. It's time for fighting. Oh, hey, boss. Here we go! Don't hold on to that end of me!
This is awful. I don't know what the hell happened. Let's see. Maybe I'll turn the window back on here. Windowed off. Why is my terrain detail so low? I really have my... Why are these so low? Let's see. Scroll rate, grid hotkeys, width.
I got me a squigget trainer. But before I can get me to squiggets, the trainer must get near them first. You boys, distract those squiggets running wild so the trainer can get in close and use that kooky juice on them. Then they'll be tame. Orcs is meant for fighting and winning. If we leg it, we can fight again another day! Orcs is the biggest and the strongest! They call me Stumpy!
The duck is in! On my way! On my way!
Big guns! Let's get back into it! If we leg it, we can fight again another day! Get ready for fragging stuff! Water is the first to the fight! Oh, here, boss! Let's go!
Yes, you
Orcs is the biggest and the strongest! If you say so! Wake up, boys! It's time for fighting! You point, we go! Don't hold on to that end of me! On my way to do some crushing! That's what I was thinking.
On my way!
Listen!
The fighting
The rocket base! Mine! The truck base! Mine! The burner base! Mine! The
Scrolling
squid base! Mine! Hear that, boys? What'd I tell you, boys? Now that we all one big happy family, it's time for more time with the boys. And I know just the Yumi outpost to start the war. We better be going to fight. Bring the squiggets. We ain't fed them yet. Saddle up, lads. Sod off. Chew him up. Hold on to the him out. Throw the other part. Ready? Yeah. Time to stop it. Get ready for fragging stuff. Yeah. Time for smashing. Look at tank ready for blast. Faster, faster. is it! We better be going to a fight! Let's get him!
Hey, good morning, Nuke. Alright, so I need to attack.
I was gonna stop them good!
Of course, we got that. Always had it.
Who's ready for surgery?
Always had it.
Get ready for fragging stuff! We'll frag them to salt! Ready! I have the power of God and Morg.
Boys are gone.
Where's the fighting? New point, we go!
Should have had some more reinforcements coming, but I didn't.
We're under attack! I'm the big boss. Here we go.
Like, how hard is it to restrict the mouse to a single window? How hard is that? It's, to me, not very.
I'll show 'em a trick or two. There's too many of boys. It's time for fighting. Knobs ready for bashing. Big is best. Want to smash? Hit 'em hard, boys.
No! No, Squig-Eye! No, turn around. That's why no one ever used Squig-Eye. They can't fucking...
Ready for stomping? Nothing can stand in my way! Orcs is the biggest and the strongest. I lead, Orcs follow. We is the Orcs, and you is not. We is the Orcs, and you is not. We's good to go. These too strong. I want to get stuck in with the boys. That's what I was thinking. If that's what you want. Oh, this fight is worth all the walking and mucking about. Move it out. No one's bigger or meaner than us. I have the power of God and up yours!
Right.
We'll clobber 'em good! We'll move real sneaky-like!
I might need to turn down the volume a little bit. We've done it. We've done it. We beat the first mission. Whatever. I'm gonna check there's some sort of mod or fix for that scrolling, because
This planet is mine
that just
now.
makes it
All
so
the
bad.
boys
That you can't do like
answer to
simple
me.
movement.
Who the war boss? You Gorguts! You the biggest, baddest war boss ever! You bigger than Nazdrag! You be bigger than Gazgul! Nobody bigger than Gazgul, you ignorant kid! At least not yet. Now, Where's my flying thing? I got me a Chaos Boy skull by the name of Lord Troll to claim for me pointy stick.
The mission is a success. So overall, I mean, the game looks good. It's very faithful to the other one. They need to do something about that scrolling issue. It's super annoying. There's no way you can have that happen. It just makes the game so hard to play, especially if like I probably have a few maybe 2,000 hours into Dawn of War when I was playing it back in college. So like you can't like relearn how to move it to like compensate for the fact that my mouse goes over to the other screen. That's nuts. That is very disappointing, and hopefully they'll have a fix for it, or I'll have to look up for a fix. But I'm not super happy when they come out with a edition that has a sort of issue, because it's literally an option right here. And gameplay, lock cursor to game, limits cursor to game area, allows cursor edge panning. That's an actual option in the options menu, and it doesn't work. But that's it for the hold on, let me switch scenes back to my other thing. But that's it, guys, for the video. Oh my gosh, it's raining again. It's been raining all weekend, but it's been fun, guys. It's been fun. Hope you enjoy it. I don't know if there are any plans for post zero. I don't think so. So we're just gonna end it here. I don't have anything to redirect you to. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Be sure to like and subscribe, too, if you haven't. It helps me out. Thank you.